Are you really clear about what you want to achieve, but you never quite seem to be able to get there and achieve it? Or are you constantly running into some kind of roadblocks along the way that are really stopping you from achieving your vision? Or do you wonder if you're just on the wrong path and therefore it would be so much easier to just turn right back around and go back to where you started? Now, I wrote a blog a few weeks ago about how resistance can actually really help you, and you can watch that video here on my YouTube channel. But last week a client asked me how would she know if it's resistance that's showing up for her or whether she's just simply on the wrong path. And it's a really great question because actually it can be really tricky to tell the difference if you're right in the thick of it and everything feels like an uphill struggle at the moment. But in fact, it's actually quite easy to tell the difference. But first of all, let me explain what resistance is. Now, resistance shows up for all of us, but it shows up differently. And it might show up in the form of either procrastination, distraction, lack of motivation, confusion, drama, doubt, or even downright fear. And I'm wondering if you recognise a few of those that get in the way of you achieving your vision. Now remember, it's normal for resistance to show up for us as we head out of our comfort zone and in towards our new outcome or goal. But resistance is often the very reason why people just give up way too soon and they're just about to achieve it. So when you expect a little bit of resistance along the way, you actually get wise to it and you're able to push through it and achieve your goal. So how do you know then if it is resistance? Well, it's quite simple really. Resistance, when you persist, will eventually wear off. As you push through resistance, things get a bit easier. Now, I'm going to give you a little quick example here. So perhaps one evening you're tired, you've finished work, but you really feel like you should be going to the gym when what you really want to do is go home and relax on the sofa. But you go anyway. Now, to start with, it's a real struggle, but after about 15 minutes or so, it gets easier and you start enjoying it. And you end your gym session feeling energized and great. That was resistance that showed up to start with. But the other scenario is that you're half an hour into that gym session and it still feels like a complete struggle. Perhaps your back starts to ache, but you keep going anyway. And at the end of the session, you feel exhausted, in pain, and completely demotivated. Now, that was the wrong path. Perhaps what you needed to instead was to go for a stroll or through the park or go for a bike ride instead. So here are 3 things that will help you recognise if it's resistance that shows up for you or not. Firstly, be clear on your goal. Is your goal actually what you want? Or is it something you feel you should be doing? If you don't really want it, it will always feel like a struggle to get there. Secondly, take aligned action. When you're clear on your goal, take purposeful action that's aligned to that goal and will help you achieve it. If persistent resistance shows up, you might just need to find a different route rather than giving up on that goal entirely. Thirdly, stay motivated towards that goal. Don't give up on something that you truly desire deep within you, and don't let resistance derail you. Remind yourself often why you want that goal and why it's really, really important to you. And lastly, resistance will wear off. Remember, resistance is normal as we head out of our comfort zone, but don't just keep going for the sake of it. So if resistance is getting in the way of your vision, then get in touch and let's chat about how together you can start to take those first steps towards achieving your vision. I offer 5 people a free consultation every month. Just click on the link in the post below and sign up there. And if you found this helpful and you'd like more tips like this that I only share with my mailing list, then click on the other link in the post and sign up to the newsletter there. And I'll see you again for my next video.